The Giro d'Italia is reaching its conclusion live and on demand on GCN+. The riders turned up at Monte Lussari for the first ever time in the history of the Giro d'Italia. Different bike setups, different types of bikes, a mountain time trial like little others we've ever seen before. A recently relayed road, a bike exchange point on the road that was 25 metres long, the rules explained as the teams tried to practice what was going to happen later in the day. Less than a minute separated first from third, and it seemed like the whole of Slovenia was in town to see if Primoz Roglic could overturn the 26-second deficit behind Geraint Thomas to win the Giro d'Italia. Just under 19 kilometres separated the start from the finish. Plenty of climbing metres along the way. Ramps of up to 22%. Not even any cars allowed up to the top. Riders returning to base via a ski lift. It was all pretty unique in this Giro d'Italia grand finale. There were some super early times, riders going off in three waves, but it was those in the last wave that would set the times. Jay Vine in the lead. The Australian time trial champion, though, bumped out the way by his own teammate. Brandon McNulty, already a stage winner at this Giro, was a candidate to do that again. And then Sepp Kuss turned up. 2 seconds in his favour. Primoz Roglic's teammate may be showing us what was to come. The top three waited, prepared, and were ready. A fair play handshake, and they were good to go. Almeida at 59 seconds. Roglic at 26 seconds. And right on his nation's border, the stage was set. With the rotten memories still fairly raw of what happened in 2020, Primoz Roglic was trying to avoid another disaster in a mountain time trial, perhaps hoping to lay the ghost to rest. He started quicker than Geraint Thomas, but the difference at the bottom of the climb wasn't enough to win the Giro d'Italia. Thomas stopped a little longer down the bottom, changing helmet as well as bike. But he still looked good at this point, the Welshman, hoping to become the first man from his nation to win the Giro. 2 seconds the difference at the bottom, but the gap would start to grow when the road went uphill. Thibaut Pinot was also racing brilliantly, going into the lead and dreaming of that final stage win when we least expected it. Roglic putting 32 seconds into those watching on. But look at that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Another mechanical, more disaster, and after leading, well, he would soon have issues. Damiano Caruso in the meantime went into the lead, as did Joao Almeida, but he wouldn't be in the hot seat long, because Primoz Roglic would re-find his rhythm. Roared on by his supporters, Roglic up the top, racing to victory, at the very least a stage win. The clock stopped 42 seconds quicker, the Olympic champion winning the stage, but where would Thomas finish? Thomas was further down the mountain, slowing as he continued to ride up. The clock was ticking as he came into the final few hundred metres. At those 26 seconds he needed, disappeared. 40 seconds shipped. Primoz Roglic overturning the Giro d'Italia, winning it by 14 seconds. Cue delight, pandemonium even, for his team and supporters. Delight for Primoz Roglic, who eventually let all the emotion pour out. Disappointment for Ineos and Geraint Thomas, who lost it at the very last. What a story, what a script. They couldn't even come up with this in Hollywood. Primoz Roglic winning the stage by 40 seconds from Geraint Thomas, 42 ahead of Almeida, with Caruso and Pinot in the top 5. The same order that the general classification would finish in, as Primoz Roglic pulled on the pink jersey knowing that 24 hours later, barring incident or accident, he will win the Giro d'Italia in Rome. 14 seconds ahead of Thomas, 1:15 ahead of Almeida, who will be the first Portuguese to finish on a Grand Tour podium since the 1970s. Roglic, the first Slovenian winner, Geraint Thomas at 37 with a sensational Grand Tour podium. One stage remains then. It's the Eternal City. It's Rome. It should be one for the sprinters. A couple of intermediate sprints along the way. And after 126 kilometres, Rome will bid goodbye to the 106th Giro that for the first time will be won by a Slovenian. The Giro d'Italia, live and on demand on GCN+.